want to rip this board in half by trying to overbend it.
But I feel during this game the way I see other people play trick-taking games.
Hello everybody, welcome out to the Dice Tower. My name's Chris Yee.
I'm Z Garcia.
Today we're taking a look here at Lone Wolves. This is a two-player trick-taking game. This is a bit of a re-implementation of a much harder to find game called Four Clans Conflict. So this is picked up by Wonderful World Board Games. A game about wolf packs, baby.
Oh, wait, it's Lone Wolves.
About lone wolf packs, baby.
I'm a lone wolf of one.
All right, let's show you how this one plays, then we'll give you our thoughts. Here's Lone Wolves set up on the table. Each player is dealt a hand of 13 cards, ranging from 2 through 7 in each of the 5 different suits, the 5 suits corresponding to the 5 regions out here on the board. Each region at the end of the game will be scored based on who has the most strength showing on cards in that region. So 10 points to whoever has more over here, 7, 12, etc. There are also these bonus tokens out here dealt into the middle, 2 face down and 1 face up in each of the regions, and these will be awarded over the course of the game. You'll notice that there are a few extras, 4 cards, 3 tokens that are not dealt out as part of the game in each setup. Now, I'll explain these moon tokens here shortly, but the general flow of the game is there are 13 rounds or 13 tricks played in the game. A player is going to lead off by playing a card of one of the suits into any region of their choice. The opposing player will then follow suit if they can. So in this case, since the led player played a black card, the responder here is going to have to play a black card if possible. If they did not have any, they could play any color card instead. Now, the other player on the side here can choose what to do. They can try to beat that card by playing a higher number, and if they do, they will be said to have won that trick. Or they could choose to play a lower number, which would mean that they would lose. Now, the person who is following or responding here can also play this card into any region that they want. So, if this person were to say, I'm going to play the 6 and win this region over here, because this is the one worth the most points, or they will win this trick, the loser of the trick flips their card face down to the 1 strength side, which is the card back for all of the cards here. The player who loses gets as compensation one of these tokens. They can either choose the face up one, or they can choose to take a face down one and reveal it, and now they have this bonus ongoing. Now, since this player won up top here, they will get to lead off on the next one. So this player might play over here, and the other person is going to respond by playing a card out. And let's say that this player here is going to choose to lose. They could choose to win by playing one of these higher cards than the blue 4, or they could choose to lose on purpose so that they can gain more tokens. And maybe they choose to play over here. There are 2 cards that have special abilities. Every number 3 allows you to flip over one of these face-down tokens. So this player plays here, compares, and loses. 3 is lower than the 4. They flip this over, and they get to reveal one of these tokens before they claim it. And let's say that they'll choose to claim this one. The other special ability is that the 2 of any color will beat the 7 of that color as well. So in this case, this player will be said to have won this trick. Now, at some point here, all of the tokens of an area are going to be taken over to their side. When this happens, when all 3 of the ability tokens are taken, then the moon comes out here, and this is going to do 2 things. One, it awards 5 extra points to the winner of this area here, but also it makes this color, the blue color, the trump suit. In trick-taking games, the trump suit means that if, let's say, I did not have any yellows or red, this player here led with a yellow. They led with a yellow 7, which is a very strong card, and they're going to try to win this area. I could respond with any blue card, so long as I don't have yellow to play. I can play into this region here, and I will be the winner. Or if I played into any region, blue is going to supersede the strength of any other card. So I could play here and actually cause this player to lose, and I would have won this one here. Now, this can happen twice in the game, and when the second time it happens, then the red, the blood moon will come out, and now this is going to be the trump suit or the superseding suit. So green will be the strongest one and will also be worth a bonus 3 points at the end. This will never change again, even if other regions get emptied out. At the end of the game, you're going to determine a few things. You're going to look and see what the scoring situation is like. and everyone is going to determine who won each of the regions and which of the bonus cards were activated. There'll be 13 cards this side, 13 cards on this side. This is just an example here. The winner of this region would be this player here, and no bonus tokens are awarded. If this player had this one here, they're going to win extra points for every card that is face up in a region. So over here, this token would do nothing for me. This one over here, I'm going to be the winner of this region. And you see that even though this player has 2 plus 3 strength, I have 6 plus 7, 8 strength. I don't win any more points because this token here only awards points for face down cards. This region over here would be won by this player, and they would also win the bonus 3 points. However, I would get a few points from having this card face down. Over here, I would win this one and this one. This token says that if I won the main honor token, then I earn a bonus 5 points. And this one can earn me points if I have face up 2s, 3s, or 4s in my side of the region. And so you just go through, you do all of the scoring. There's a few extra tokens, which are all explained very well in the rulebook. There's not too many of them, but there are 8 different effects. A lot to consider. So that is how you play Lone Wolves. So starting things off here, I think that for the most part, I really like the production of this game.
Yeah.
There's one very notable thing, and I've actually heard this from other people. It wasn't just the copy we have. The board, it kind of comes very folded.
Yeah, it's because it's so many folds. It's one of those accordion boards. And yeah, it's kind of a pain to straighten out.
Yeah, and we, I don't want to rip this board in half by trying to overbend it.
Yeah.
But you have to, you can stress it a little bit, and it'll lay flatter, but I haven't gotten it perfectly flat yet.
Yeah, but the rest of the components, you're right. They're good. The card artwork and card quality is excellent. Mm-hmm. All the tokens are well sized. There's no fiddly bits in this one. I like that the tokens you're claiming from the center are discs, while the ones that represent the different locations are hexagons. It's well put together.
I think the one critique I would have, I think the symbology for the most part works quite well, and within one play, you know the difference between this token is worth extra points. It has the black font. This one gives you extra strength towards the majority. I think they kind of color-coded, symbolize that stuff well. At one point, though, you asked me how many of each token are there, and I realized I didn't know.
Right.
And so looking through it again, I realized, there's only one token. There's a very important one of those little, they call them scar tokens, the ones you win from losing a trick, that will flip the point token for a region. So a 12 can become a 7. There's one of those.
Makes sense, right? That there would only be one of those.
And I wish that the rulebook had kind of stated that in the page where it lists out all the token abilities.
I agree. It would be good, especially because this is a game that you will quickly learn, and your level of strategizing in this game with repeated plays will very quickly go up. That information is critical. Not during your first play, maybe not during your second play, but as you get more into this little game, that is absolutely necessary information.
Right.
Knowing that there are some set out, the statistics start to come into the game. Yeah, absolutely. That's important information. So that's a weird omission.
But I think that something you said I really agree with. The strategy in this game ramps up. Mm-hmm. Many card games, you're dealt a hand and you go, at some point say, well, this is a bad hand. I've never felt that with this game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is such an interesting feeling, such an interesting push and pull of when you are all right to lose, when it's beneficial to lose, when you want to try to play for keeps and you'll get to lead if you do that. But it's not just that. It's not just that push and pull. You then on top of that put lanes, and the lane where you play does two things. It might let you win there, strength there, it lets you take a token possibly. They are different, of course. But it also shuts down the lane. It also makes trump. I'm like, it's wild that there are so many levels to this, and you won't really sort of utilize some of those the first time you play. They're there. They're part of the game. You'll understand them. That's not what I'm saying. The game's super easy to learn. You won't utilize them. You won't manifest a strategy to manipulate that stuff.
Right. So as soon as 6 cards in combination are played on either side of one of those lanes, it's closed. And when you realize that a lane has 5 cards in it, you say, I need to take the lead so badly. Or I'm about to play, there's 4 cards in there. I'm playing away from it. I better win, otherwise Z can win there, and then he gets to play the 6th card and shut that down.
Right.
There's all those decisions, layers of decisions, on top of the fact, well, if I lose a trick first, I can take a token that's really vital. There's so many of these little scales that are balancing. The game is 13 tricks. I play a card, you play a card, right?
Yeah.
In theory, the game should take 4 minutes to play, and yet I sit there with, I'm leading, I'm starting, and I have to take a little bit of time to think about what's the play and the counterplay, and then what's the follow-up to it. It never drags. I would say the game still is actually very, very quick, but it says 15 minutes on the cover, and we laughed like 15 minutes, 1 minute per trick.
Yes.
That's about right, actually.
Yeah, the first time I saw that, I thought it was strange, but absolutely there are things to think about. I feel during this game the way I see other people play trick-taking games, where if I play those games, I'm like, what's everybody thinking about? Play your high card, or, I'm going to lose, play the low card. What's everybody slowing down for? Whatever this going on in their clearly smarter heads is the way I feel when I play this game, where I really am thinking about those things. Ooh, I want to run this color out. I want to empty this color, rather, shut down that column and empty it out because that becomes trump. I'm holding a bunch of them. Ooh, and I feel so clever in this game. I'm not doing anything the designers didn't put in there for me to discover, but it feels like I'm discovering it, and it is incredibly clever. This is a game for someone who enjoys trick-taking games, but more than that, clever two-player games and games that feel minimalistic and yet give you a lot. This game has at its core kind of a minimalistic mindset, and the return on that really is tremendous.
I think the biggest obstacle is just going to be learning the tokens.
Yeah.
But even that's not hard. It would be a far cry for me to say that that's difficult.
Right.
Instead, they feel very clever. They inform my decisions. I might choose to lose a few more tricks earlier in the game because I want to really control those tokens. Make sure my opponent doesn't get them even.
Right.
Even if they don't benefit me as much, it benefits me for you to not have them. Mm-hmm. I would say that while this is a trick-taking game, for sure, you need to know, I think the biggest concept is, can you follow color? Well, that's easy. But understanding manipulating trump suit, because you're creating it by the two of you in play, I think that's the part that feels most trick-taking knowledge is going to benefit you going into this. But to me, this still feels in a lot of ways like a classic Cosmos two-player line game.
Right.
If this came in that square box and you told me that it was designed by some German fella in 2004, I would have believed you because I think it's that clever, that clean, and that fun.
I agree. I agree with all of that. Yeah, the game feels really like an area control game in many ways, a tug of war in many ways, and then, yes, it achieves some of that with trick-taking.
Yeah. Score-wise, final thoughts, Z. How are you coming on this one?
This one is an excellent two-player game. I would recommend this to a lot of people. Even if you're a little wishy-washy on tug of war, there's other things here that might pull it through for you. If you're a little wishy-washy on trick-taking, this is a solid soup of stuff. And again, the minimalism of it is commendable. I'm giving this one an 8.5. I think it's fantastic. It keeps growing on me.
I'm also giving this one an 8.5. I think that I agree with everything you said, man. It does so much with so little. Yeah. But there's still enough there that after 10, after 20 plays, you'll still be feeling clever by making it I normally never choose to lose with a 5, but this is the time where I should. I'm going to make these strange decisions that keep growing. And as you said, it's by design. They put that in there for you to play with and to feel like you're discovering. But it really is a sense of discovery in this game that I find so exciting for something so little and simple, and I feel like I can teach to a lot of people.
Yes.
So there you go. A high score of an 8.5, giving Lone Wolves a seal of excellence from us here at the Dice Tower. Folks, thanks for coming by this review. My name is Chris Yeh.
I'm Z Garcia.
Have fun joining the pack. The Lone Pack.
Pack of one.
Pack of one, pack at it, and pack it again. I'm a little wolfy, snap my board unhappy.
Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Bassel.